it's Ocean Sims, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another vanilla CC free creative sim for you. And this is the actual household that is going to be living in my last speed build that I uploaded. It was called the Historian Home. I'll also have it linked at the end so that you can kind of, paint a picture with this family in their home. And yeah, so like I made this home and it was so, oh my gosh, it's so cute, it's so dainty, and it's so like a blast from the past. And this couple kind of like came about while I was making that home. Like for some reason, I just kind of like envisioned this elderly couple. And honestly, I wish like there was like levels to elders, but at the same time I don't, because I know like too many life stages would get like way too complicated. But I wish that there was a way that I could make them they're not like in their 80s. They're probably more like in their late 60s, 70s. So they're not like too old, but they're like old. But this was just like the only way I could really represent that. This is Ernesto Yeager, and he has his beloved wife. What's her name again? She's beloved, but I like can't remember her name. Oh yeah, Laurel Yeager. So it's Ernesto and Laurel, and they met at Britechester University. They both graduated with distinguished degrees in history. That's like in my mind. And they fell in love, so they're essentially college sweethearts. They've been together ever since, and they're kind of like, they're both very private people. They both never really dated. They're each other's first loves. Do they have children? Do they have kids? Do they have grandkids? I have no idea, but I kind of wanted to add that like later on, because when I just first made them, I was only strictly thinking about just them living in this house. But I also thought it was pretty cool that, this elderly couple probably doesn't have any kids at all. They don't have any pets. They don't have any kids. They are loners, essentially. They both have the loner traits, and they love history. Specifically, like they love history, like the past, but they also love, like Ernesto is like super duper into like sorcery and spellcasters. There's like a theory in his head around it. He really wants to like dive deep into that kind of like knowledge and really figure out like, are spellcasters real? Actually, no, it's not even a question if they're real. He knows they're real. He just wants to learn more about it. So maybe he'll visit the realm of magic one day or Glimmerbrook. While his wife, on the other hand, Laurel, like she will constantly listen to his theories and everything. And she loves, like the whole spellcasting and, sorcery aspect of everything too. But she more so loves like archaeology. She wants to visit the jungle one day and really get her hands on some really cool relics. And, they're just both history buffs in two different ways, but they also relate. But I wanted their interest to be slightly different, so that if I ever played with them, then, it's almost like kind of like you're going after two different aspirations, which I felt like was really cool. And so who knows, Ernesto might turn into a spellcaster in his final days of life. I'm kidding. But they both are, what was I going to say? I forgot what I was going to say, actually. It's so hard because I kind of made this on a whim. I literally made this the other night, and I wasn't thinking too far deep into it. This is a family that I probably wouldn't really play. I don't know, I just said like if I played them, but I probably wouldn't play with them because I kind of just like the idea of like, say I made a household next to them that I was playing with. I would love to know that these are my neighbors, and if I could control the welcome wagon, they're definitely not the type of neighbors that would welcome you to the neighborhood. They kind of stay to themselves. They're not rude. Like they'll, say hi and keep it moving. They're kind of like socially awkward in that sense where like you'll, if you see Ernesto, most likely Laurel is like right behind him. If you see Laurel, you most likely see Ernesto around. If one's out in the garden, not even garden, but like with the bees or whatever, because they have bees, maybe the other one's gonna join them with a cup of tea or coffee or something like that. Like they literally are inseparable. And honestly, sadly, I feel like if one of them was to die, the other one would die shortly after, because they are that inseparable that like they would probably literally die inside if they did not have each other. Life is great with each other, and sure, they argue and fuss like any other couple, you know what I mean? But not about serious things, always about silly things, and it's not often that they argue. They find extreme comfort in each other, and they are definitely homebodies. Like they would probably be attributed with the lifestyle. I think it's like the homebody lifestyle that comes with Snowy Escape, where, they're mostly at home. I wish you could kind of control too where you see your townies, because even though that sounds really complicated, because these Sims would literally, you'd probably never see them around town, like ever, never. And again, if you see one, you'd most likely see the other one. So I don't know, I really love that. But I wish there was a cheat also. Do you guys know any cheats where I can just like automatically equip a sim with like a degree or something? Because I don't want to put them through college and all that stuff, but I would love just to see in their panel that they both graduated from like Britechester. Oh gosh, it would just be so cute. I love how, you know, they're just both really intelligent, both very like well-spoken. They both, you know, probably can cook really well. You know, they probably cook together. They do everything together, you know. I'm just more so comforted by the fact of knowing that like a family or a household like this lives in the world, but, you know, they don't have to be played with, and you're not really, you know, you don't really have to visit their house, but you just know that they're well taken care of in their cute little home that you can see across the street, and it's just so adorable, and you wonder who lives in it and what their home looks like, you know. Like, I love it. And I feel like with their house, I feel like they got it years ago, you know, like years ago. That was probably their first home they purchased. Like, they probably lived in an apartment after college, and they finally purchased a home, and they've been living in that home ever since. So I've also been kind of like debating on adding like one child, just so that it's kind of like, oh yeah, those are my parents, you know, I see them every now and then, but they do their own thing and I do my own thing, kind of thing. Kind of want to add like a son, like an older son that kind of has maybe like a more busier life and can't really see his parents, but, you know, I don't know, I'm just thinking. But I felt like if I was to make a safe file or anything like that, this would be a really cute family, just to know that they live in that little corner of Newcrest, you know. But I don't know, I've been really inspired lately. These sims, as far as like creative sim skill wise, you know, they don't have any like super crazy features or anything like that. I really didn't work too hard on their looks or appearance as much as I tried to on my other sims, but I really did try to make them feel like make them feel like they live where I created. So I really hope you guys enjoy this. If you want to see more of this like build and sim matches that you can kind of pair together and put in your own game, definitely let me know. I'll try really hard. A lot of my creativity just comes off of a whim, so it's really hard for me to like actually produce some of the things that people say, oh, I'd love to see this, because if I'm not feeling it, I don't know how to create it, and I'm just stuck. Like, I hate the way my creativity works. Like, I can't plan it, I guess you could say. So I'm just cruising, but I always write down all the ideas and everything that you guys give me. I really do appreciate that. Tons. So I really appreciate you guys for watching and hanging out with me for a little bit. I hope you have a wonderful day. I don't know what time it is where you are, but I'm so sorry if I'm just rambling. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Just keep simming. Always stay wavy, and I will see you in the next one. Alrighty, peace out.